I have 4 tattoos, and that's not very much, but they all mean something to me. The first tattoo on my left shoulder, it reads, "God who equipped me with strength and made my way blameless. He made my feet like the feet of a deer and set me secure on the heights. He trains my hands for war so that my arms can bend a bow of bronze. You have given me the shield of your salvation, and your right hand supported me, and your gentleness made me great. You gave a wide place for my steps under me, and my feet did not slip. I pursued my enemies and overtook them, and did not turn back till they were consumed. I thrust my sword through them, so that they were not able to rise. They fell under my feet." The fish on my back is pretty self-explanatory. My 2 favorite tattoos are the ones on my hips. One says gorilla, the other one says Iamsymphony. Gorilla is there because of the team that I'm involved in with submission grappling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even though I'm gonna have my own Jiu-Jitsu team one day, Gorilla's always gonna be a part of me, and I feel like I'm a real one. You get a tattoo for the team on you, and that's forever, you know what I mean? So it's a big part of my life. I didn't think that Jiu-Jitsu would consume as much of it as it has. It's gonna mean something to me for the rest of my life. The one on my left hip says Iamsymphony, and the reason I got this on my hip and the other one on my hip in regards to wrestling is because if you know about the story of Jacob in the Bible wrestling with the angel, Jacob was making a lot of bad decisions, and in the midst of everything, he said, "You know what? I'm gonna stop. I wanna right my wrongs." So he gathered up his family. They went and traveled to meet his brother, who was also not in good standing with him at that point because of Jacob's decision making in the past. And on this journey to get to this new place, they stopped, and Jacob told his family, "Hey, wait here, I need to be alone." So Jacob went off by himself, and he prayed and he prayed and he prayed, and he was asking for blessing, asking for a new start. And he was so relentless with his pursuit, and there was so much conviction that God came down, or an angel. I don't know how the Bible explains it entirely. It's a little bit confusing, but there is someone that comes down, and Jacob basically wrestles with this person or figure or angel, whatever, all night. Now, figuratively, literally, however you want to take it, we can see what is being conveyed. Jacob's pursuit was so persistent. There's so much conviction behind what he wanted, wanting to start over and saying, "Give me my blessings." It was enough to push this fight all night. And when the sun rose, the angel touched Jacob's hip and pushed it out of socket, just to show how much power they had. Like, even though you were putting up a fight and you were so persistent, I still have all this power. Look what I was able to do. And it kind of put Jacob back into a reality check. But he kept fighting anyway. After a little bit longer, the angel stops and says, "Your pursuit has been so consistent. You've wrestled with God. You've wrestled with the men of the world. You have a new identity. You have a new beginning." And he basically just cleared Jacob's name and gave him the blessings, and also gave him a new name, a new fresh start. So Jacob essentially got all the blessings from him and his brother's relationship back, to a new place to live and a new name and everything that he was wishing for with a start over, just because he was so persistent with his pursuit. And that's why I have Iamsymphony and Gorilla on my hips, because Gorilla is a big part of submission wrestling, submission grappling, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Iamsymphony is who I am, and the reason I have that name is a whole completely different video, but I identify with that a lot. I have them on my hips because I feel like I am Jacob sometimes, you know? And I'm just in that wrestling pursuit of just being super, super consistent, having so much conviction with what I want, and not necessarily just the starting over part, because me righting my wrongs, I feel like that's everybody, but mostly because I know that everything is bigger than me, and it's gonna be more than just my decisions and my work ethic, but it's gonna give me what I need to really, really have blessings, or at least be aware of them, right? Because I can't do this all on my own. We're all really small.